They've lost their homes, they've lost their jobs.
Not all homeless people are the same.
Most communities number the homeless at around 1% of their population. Homelessness affects men, women, and children, and is often dismissed as someone else's problem. St. Joseph is no exception. Some are battling mental illness. Some have been hit by a slow economy or foreclosures. Others are homeless by choice. So who makes up our homeless? Like Pappy, many of the homeless in our town are veterans.
I broke down and I came in town and I met Bill, which was Blackhawk. I was on the streets with him for a while.
He's off the streets now, but he's one of the lucky ones. The Veterans Administration reports 1.5 million veterans are homeless at some point each year in the U.S. Blackhawk helped Pappy turn his life around, and that's often the case, banding together to take care of their own. But it's not always enough. How is the city of St. Joseph working to combat homelessness? The Continuum Care Coalition utilizes a multi-million-dollar federal HUD grant to provide vital services to those in need. It says most of St. Joseph's homeless face a number of barriers, keeping them on the streets. But say the most obvious answer is usually the key to rehabilitation.
What we need to do, truthfully, is everybody get together in this town, start trying to find places for them to live.
Local emergency shelters include the Salvation Army, the YWCA, and the Cold Weather Shelter. Over 200 people are in permanent supportive housing sponsored by Catholic Charities and the YW. In 2006, Community Missions opened the Haven, and then a few years later, Judah House. Once housing is found, what's next? Even with help, the transition can be difficult. The Missouri Department of Mental Health sponsors a program called Shelter Plus. That program requires the individual to participate in counseling and rehab in exchange for a place to live. Andy was on the street for 10 years of his young life.
Got tired of being out on the streets and getting drunk every day, and just wanted to change it. Wanted to change.
But while some want to change, some choose to be homeless. With their entire life in a backpack, they live near the river, in improvised shelters made of crates, or squat illegally in vacant properties. Why would anyone choose this life? For the late Blackhawk, it was about the freedom. The river was his home. And the people?
Everybody watches over everybody. We're a tight family.
But this choice is not without risk.
We help each other out and do what we can to keep others from harming everybody else and all.
In just the past year, our homeless community has seen 2 murders, several thefts, and assaults.
We've come to the conclusion that the idle time of not doing anything is where we all get in trouble. If we don't have something to do, we will find something to do. It's not always good.
Gatch established a day center for the homeless to help integrate them into the mainstream through a new project called Rags to Riches, the making and selling of rag rugs.
Just for them to watch that transition happen, here's some old rags that were useless, that were thrown away, discarded, and now it's become woven back together like they would in society, and now useful again and good looking and productive.
He says the best way to help is to have an open mind and an open heart.
To love on them instead of judge them or try to figure out why they're here. We're just trying to help them move on, to wherever they want to go.
Me personally, I want to be part of the everyday working society.